You know you can make a difference to others with your skills and abilities and talents, but you struggle to monetize this. If you also get overwhelmed, the right action to take next, and you worry what other people will think, especially those close to you, and that stops you from action, and probably you're a perfectionist at heart, and that holds you back from creating the epic business that you deserve, this show is for you. For those who is joining us and the replay people, I am Juliette Stapleton. I am the founder of Easy Marketing and the creator of Fearless Video Marketing Program, a program that teaches you to be authentic in your marketing and take a struggling business to a client attraction enterprise. So we're all in the same business here. And today, my guest is Claire Macpherson. She is an amazing coach, life coach for women and men all the way from the UK. Claire, hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, Juliette. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm delighted to have you. And just tell us what you do in a few words.
Yeah, so I help mostly women, but a few men as well. Basically step into their best self. I think so often people can be their own worst enemy. So we can play out those stories in our heads about how we don't know enough, or who am I to do that, or what will people think, or I just need to know a little bit more before I'm ready to do this, or what is the right thing to do. And that causes people to stop taking action and to get stuck and to feel overwhelmed. And to have all that frustration in the business that they're building. So I help people to move all of that to the side, to change their beliefs, to change their stories, so that they actually feel excited about building the business and excited about getting outside of their comfort zone and excited about taking new action, so that they start to see results in their business far, far more quickly and enjoy the process as well, because that's what it's all about.
And you're very good at that, because I remember we came across each other. I actually saw your webinars, one of your webinars that are running on Facebook, and I joined the webinar, and then I joined your amazing group, Dream Catchers, and we did an abundance and visibility alignment challenge. I think that's the right name now. Yeah. Yes, it was absolutely fantastic, because in a matter of, I think it was 10 days, and in a matter of 10 days, it just gave me personally so much clarity. It was at the beginning of my venture into the online business and bringing my digital marketing skills and everything I know into online. And it was amazing, because it was a combination of challenges to do live videos, challenges to actually sit down and write and brainstorm what you need to do. And the direction we got from you was absolutely fantastic. And I also loved the whole thing that you got the email every day, and then you would go to Facebook to your group, and then the atmosphere in your group is fantastic. There's so many people that are engaging, and it was just such an amazing experience for me. Definitely took me to the next level, 100%. But Claire, tell me tell me your story, sort of how did you come to being Claire that helps all of us now?
Oh, thank you for that. So I'll do in a nutshell, really. I started off as a secondary school teacher. I was a performing arts teacher. And I left that when I had my two boys, because they were only 13 months apart. And I thought, as much as I loved teaching, I loved working with the kids, I was like, I'm ready for change. I want to help people in a different way. And so I started up a few different small businesses and played around with those. And then my husband kind of decided one day that he wanted to move back to New Zealand. And so I was like, okay, now's the time to do it then. So with our two young children, we upped sticks, we moved across to New Zealand. And when I got there, I was a bit like, well, what now? What do I do now? And I thought, actually, this is a perfect time. I'd got a few friends who were coaches. I'd got one particular friend who was doing a lot of NLP, and I was watching the things he was doing with phobias and all kinds of amazing things. I thought, you know what? I want to learn how to do that. And so that's kind of where my journey began. And so I delved into the whole world of NLP and coaching and just absolutely adored it. And I was really lucky in that the coaching school, one of the coaching schools that I trained with, actually took me on as a teacher to train other life coaches. So that gave me a real boost in terms of helping me believe in myself as a coach. It meant that setting up my business over there was very easy. Yeah. People came to me. I didn't have to do that much marketing. And so it ran really, really well in terms of juggling that with being a mom and being present and having time to do things I wanted to do. And then fast forward,
Can I just ask you something? You just said something very interesting to me. You said I didn't even have to do any marketing. Trap, isn't it? When in my experience, it's the biggest trap that catches people off guard then when they try and go and build their business. So how did you, because you're doing a really good job in your marketing now, like it's very professional. There is a funnel, there is, everything is in place there that should be. So tell me as well then, within your story, how did you come up to being what you are now in marketing too?
Yeah, so fast forward kind of 5 years and we moved back to the UK. And although I had all my skills, I didn't actually have a business because all my clients in New Zealand had been face-to-face clients. And so I made the decision that I never wanted to be in that place again. I wanted to have a business that could move with me. So it didn't matter whether I was going on holiday for a month or whether I was moving back to New Zealand, that I had my clients, I had my business, and it could move with me. When we moved back to England, I went about that process of learning about the online world. And to start with, I had this huge resistance. And there was a big part of me. So my old story that I played out back then was that I loved coaching. I knew I could help people with my coaching. But I would tell myself, oh my God, but I hate marketing and I don't want to do marketing and I just want to coach. Like that was what I was telling myself in my head for a while.
You're the thousands of other coaches.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
That's what happens, yes.
Exactly. And of course, telling myself that story didn't help me. It actually just kept me stuck. And so I was a bit like, oh my gosh, like, am I doing this business or am I not? I knew that I loved coaching, but I was stuck in this whole negative mindset about marketing. And I started investing in all these courses. So I was learning this marketing technique and this marketing technique and this marketing technique, but I wasn't really implementing any of them because my head wasn't in the right space. My mindset wasn't in the right space. And it was one day I was just out driving, thinking about it all, feeling really frustrated. And the penny dropped and I was like, oh my gosh, like it's all in my head. This is why I'm not taking the action I need to. This is why I'm not getting the results I want to. If I tell myself I hate marketing and I don't want to be doing it, well, guess what? And so, yeah. So that's when I turned it around really. And I went, you know what? I can start looking at this differently. A bit like people might not particularly like going on planes, but it's a vehicle that gets them to amazing destinations on holiday. And so I thought, you know what, I need to see marketing as that firstly. So that was like my first step, that actually marketing is a vehicle that I get to use to take my business where I want it to go. And then as I started to kind of step into that mindset more and more, I realized that I could take that even further, because I realized that marketing allowed me to help the people that I wanted to be helping. If I could hop on a video, if I, ran a free training, if I did something like that, that was ultimately helping these people that were my ideal kind of soulmate clients who I wanted to work with. And I was like, actually, marketing's amazing because it means that I get to help these people that I care about, that I want to be helping, that it fills up my own cup. It makes a difference. It ticks all my kind of list of values. And I was like, okay, this is a whole different story.
This is brilliant because a lot of people, as I said, just as I interrupted you earlier, a lot of people do stop and they feel like marketing is a chore. They don't know what to do. They end up spending so much money on learning this, that, or the other without actually implementing. Actually, most of the program would work if you implemented it to a T. It's just that maybe not every program will resonate with your style, and it's not really what actually works for you. And that's the secret. It's to find what works for you, or what you're very comfortable with, and then trying to work with that. Or if you're working with a coach, which, hiring a coach is, I think it's a paramount part of your growing as well, because sometimes you will be procrastinating. You will be sitting there thinking about doing something without doing something. You need somebody to guide you, and you need somebody to guide you, somebody who has been there exactly where you are, and somebody who is a little bit ahead of you, not too far. You don't need to go and hire Tony Robbins just, because he's is too far, and what you need to do is just the next step, and then the next step, and that's how you move. That's how you move in life. What interests me about your particular style of marketing is that there's a lot of videos, and I know, yes, everybody's encouraged to use videos now, but you are using them very well, and your message is going to the people fantastically through your marketing. How did you start doing the videos? Was it an easy process for you because you were used to coaching face to face, or was it hard? Was there any demons? And just before you answer, though, I want to ask anybody who just joined us to talk to us, ask us some questions, and because we are here to talk to you, we're not just here to talk to each other. So, guys, click some love hearts, click some likes. Because when you're clicking likes, you're giving some juice to Facebook, you're giving Facebook a sign, to show it to more people. So let's spread the word. Don't be passive. We want to talk to you, want to interact. So ask us some questions. So Claire, back to the videos. How did you start, and was it easy?
It was not easy at all, no. I had all of those little gremlins in my head that said, what will people say? You'll look like a fool. What if you forget what to say? Which I do regularly. If you watch my videos, I decided that, you know what? I'm never going to be this polished, perfect picture that I would love to be. It's just not who I am. And so I knew that I needed to just, push that out of the way. And if I was ever going to be able to get on videos regularly, I needed to be just totally me. I needed to show up not worrying about whether I had makeup on or off, whether what the backdrop was doing, and whether I'd fall over my words.
How long did it take you between, starting this and worrying about all that? Because I know everybody does, and then feeling natural. What do you reckon was that gap?
Probably about 4 or 5 months, I think, to go from the first video I did on Facebook to feeling more natural, and being able to just press go and talk. And that's probably because, to start with, for the first month or two, I only did 1 or 2. So it wasn't happening very regularly.
Yeah.
And it was so funny, actually, because it was only a couple of months ago that, how Facebook flashes up and tells you, do you remember this event? And it showed this video that I did about 2 years ago. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, that is shocking. I was so and I want to talk to you about, and it was just like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I actually shared it because I thought people should see. People should.
Yeah, they want these before after stories. They really work. And sometimes you look at it. I also have these videos, and I'm going to share the videos we recorded with my husband last winter for product videos for Southeast Wetsuits, a local online retailer. And I'm sitting there like a robot and just reading off the piece of paper because I was so stressed out. And working with your partner as well is not always easy, so it didn't help at all. And this is very funny, but it's great to see that kind of progress. And as you said, you only did 1 or 2 a month. When you start doing loads of videos, it's actually quite a shorter gap, before you start feeling natural about it. A lot of people, tell me before I go into my rant, tell me if you had any preparation techniques or rituals or any kind of little things that helped you to be natural.
Well, I did have a few. So I would plan a little bit back then what I was going to say. So I'd be like, okay, so I want to cover this, I want to mention this, I want to mention this. And then I'm a massive advocate of Tony Robbins. I think he's fabulous. And so I've been to lots of UPWs, and he has his whole priming techniques that he teaches you, and affirmations. Well, he calls them incantations that you yell. So very early days when I was doing my first view, I'd be doing this whole, getting myself in state before I went live, and had a bit of an idea of what I wanted to cover. But I actually realised that for me, that caused, in terms of knowing what I wanted to cover, that caused more problems. I'm far better just pressing go and then seeing what happens, seeing what comes out. If I overthink it, that's when I start maybe tumbling over my words or having big pauses, or I forget it and I'm like, what was that I was going to say? So yeah, I think my view with videos is that I just want to show up being me. There's no sugarcoating, there's no anything else. I'm just me, and I hope that the message that I deliver within that video, whatever it might be, helps one person in one way, and if that happens, then it's been more than worth it.
Well, that's right, and that's what I could see through your videos. It really was, when you're watching your video, you are talking to me. You're not doing this sort of like a professor sort of teaching a lecture, reading us a lecture about the mindset. You were talking to us through that. And it just really shows. And you can only do that when you're natural. And the way to do, my advice to anybody who's watching, who feels a little bit, scared of the live videos and they start panicking or worrying too much. Now, we meet people face to face every day, and we don't worry at that moment. What's behind us? Is my hair perfect or not? You just go ahead and talk to people. So there's no difference. Live TV, a live video is like a reality TV. It's the same thing. So just, guys, be natural. Being natural is great. I also have another question to Claire, because Claire's group is huge. It's 4,500 people at the moment. It's quite big for, it's really big number. What is it now, Claire? I
don't actually know how many people are in there at the moment. I don't know. It's not something I really look at.
There is a lot of people in Claire's group, and everyone is enjoying it, I'm sure. But how did you build a group big like that? And how long did it take you to build a group like that? Could you share with us?
So I think I started that group about 18 months ago. And when I first started it, I wasn't sure what I was doing, really. I was just playing. I invited a few people in. I occasionally would, it was a bit rubbish when I look back, because I just put a couple of quotes every so often, and that's all that was happening in there. I didn't know what to do with it. And it was probably, it was probably about 4 to 6 months into that I kind of went, okay, how do I want to use this group? And I had this idea that, and I'd had this conversation with my own coach actually at the time. I'd said, I feel like I'm on my own. I feel like I want a community around me of like-minded people who understand what it's like to be building a business and doing this and doing that, and how your mindset can get in the way. And so my coach was like, well, so if that's what you want, how do you go and find it? Where do you find those people? And afterwards, I was thinking about it and journaling on it, and I had that little aha moment. I was like, well, build a Facebook community of these people, because if I want this, other people want this. And so that's when I had that little light bulb moment. I was like, right, okay, I'm going to start taking action in this group. I'm going to start doing lives. I'm going to actually see it as a place that I want to spend time with friends that I like hanging out with. And so I adore my group. I love my group. I love hanging out there. I love doing lives. I love running challenges. And I think that probably the people in the group realize that. They know that it's something that I love and a place that I love to spend time. And so I think that vibe, kind of, they feel the vibe.
Well, that is true, because when I joined the group about 3 months ago, that's what you feel. I joined so many, a lot of people, there's so many groups now that we're all joining groups. There's some people I know, they're members of 200 groups. I don't know how it's possible, because there's no way you can interact with 200 groups. It's like you should have no life and 27 hours a day to do that. But when you go into Claire's group, it's engagement. People are all very active, and it's a very genuine engagement as well. It's really honest, and there is a very open atmosphere between people sharing their lives and sharing things in the group. So it's fantastic. But what do you think is the secret of getting people to work with you through the organic engagement? Because of course some of those people convert into your clients. What is the secret?
I think the secret is just letting people see that you care, that you know your stuff, that you're not just preaching about, this is the mindset you should have, or this is the action you should be taking, that you actually live it and embody it yourself. So I am really, really big on the fact that I am what you see, and I do the work that I tell other people to do. I do the meditation, I do the journaling, I have my own coach. I constantly work on myself, because it's really important for me to be walking the walk, not just talking the talk. And so I think people see that within the group. So I run challenges a lot. I do little free trainings in there a lot. And I think that as people join the group, they start seeing that, they see that I show up fully, they see that I'm real, they see that I'm authentic, they see that I actually, clients for me have never just been about the money. I do this because I absolutely adore it. And so being there, and I'll go above and beyond to help the people that I'm working with, sometimes maybe a little too much, but but I think that
there's then another question. Do you think that there is a two fronts? You know, some people believe that you have to give loads of free value, and the other people say no, don't give a lot of free value. If people want value, they need to pay you, even if it's a small maybe offer or anything. What do you, where's your stand? What's your army?
So the way that I look at it is that I just do what feels right for me. I don't worry about what those two schools of thought are thinking. And I have in the past, you know, like literally back when I was starting to build my business again in the UK, I got so caught up with what I should or shouldn't be doing. That's what kept me totally stuck in my own business. And so when I realized, when I was able to actually look at that and see what I was doing, and the fact that I was worrying so much about the shoulds, and I made the decision to actually, I'm going to just do what feels really good for me. And I'm all good with that. And so if I feel like doing a challenge, if I feel like doing a live training, if I feel like showing up or even doing like in-person stuff, then I do it, because actually I want to connect with people. Connection's one of my top values. So I know that I definitely don't want to be one of the experts who kind of stand alone and don't give you the time and don't really connect. They're very much like on a pedestal as an expert. I knew that I didn't want to be that, because that wouldn't give me the connection that I love as a human being. So I knew that I wanted to connect. I knew that I wanted to hear the people that are in my community. I knew that I wanted to get to know kind of their lives and their stories and the things that they're working through, because I think that makes me a better coach, because I understand far more about where they're really at.
Yes, yeah. Well, the connection is very important, and a lot of times, if you're a coach or you're providing some sort of service, and even if you're just selling products, it is important to connect to people and help them with what you do, rather than concentrate on actually making a successful business and making money. This is a mindset that actually stops you from succeeding. You need to think beyond the money. Money is great. Money is appreciation, but the actual action is helping people. And when you started, this is a recurring theme with everybody that I'm talking to. It's about helping, and you get more excited about doing what you do as well when you're looking at your business from that angle. Claire, tell me what's going on right now. If people wanted to connect with you, wanted to work with you, do you have anything, any programs that would be of interest? Please share with us.
Well, so obviously I've got my group, which is Dream Catchers. So I would love people to come and hop in there. We're a little bit quiet at the moment. So at the moment, I'm fully booked with clients, so I can't actually take on any new clients. And I'm also having a slightly quieter month with being in school holidays and things, but we'll be kicking off beginning of September. I'll be running a new challenge. I'm going to be, so it'll be a full on challenge where you get your emails, you get your videos, it's like massive amount of value over kind of probably 7 days. I think I'm going to run it. So that will happen the first week of September. I've got a free training that I'm planning at the moment. So at the moment, it's just about come and hang out on Dreamcatchers, join the trainings, join the community, have some fun. There's nothing on sale at the moment.
Well, we're going to put the link to your group in the comments as well. So if anybody if anybody who doesn't know you has fallen in love with you after this show, they can connect you through the group. We will have the link down in the comments. Claire, thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed meeting you from the very start and your challenges. And I'm delighted that you could come into my show as well. This is brilliant. Thank you very much. And thanks anybody who joined us, everybody who's joined us, and everybody who is watching the replay. Guys, if you find that, I thought that this information, that Claire's story and Claire's vision is brilliant. So if you find that it helps you, it can help somebody else, click a share button, share this video, share this show with the world. And look, guys, we will see you tomorrow night. I have another amazing guest. She is only starting in this business, so it's not an expert guessed so far, but I'm not going to reveal who that is because she is going viral, and this name that is on everybody's lips at the moment, as far as I can see. All right, so I'll keep it a mystery, and watch out for the announcement. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. See you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Irish time. Bye, Claire. Bye, everybody. Bye.